I mean, for text. I mean, mostly I'm just generally dealing with like text and strings, numbers and stuff. Basic stuff.
Yeah. This music's very chill. I feel like I'm in an elevator.
That's what we're going for.
I know you guys are getting into buffers and stuff, but a quick another story. Like I think in terms of just like arriving at some consensus around this stuff, and another issue that we saw was I think everybody agrees like an avatar or profile image is something that like a lot of apps could use, right? Maybe a display name is a lot of things, but again, what do you call those things? So if I write a profile out there and I call it image, and somebody else writes it out there and they call it PFP, and somebody else writes it out there and they're calling it avatar, you end up with just like a mess. And so that's another reason that we wanted to kind of form some consensus around what exactly we name these things. There's still more questions about like if you really want to get into this like and specify it deeply, like do you standardize the names of the social things? Like do you keep like a separate social schema somewhere where you specify like what those, not just platforms, but the platform and username look like and things like that, or addresses for different networks. Like this can get really messy. And schema.org has done like a ton of work around all of that right now, but that's a little bit heavier in terms of just like the the schemas, how they create the schemas, how they validate them. This is just intended to be like a real simple, like, hey, we're just gonna have a section called social or whatever we call it. And if you're interested, you can go in there and you can find maybe some key value pairs that may correspond to values that you expect, like Nostr or Twitter or Farcaster or whatever it is, right? And maybe a username.